Listener discretion is advised. This episode discusses real-life criminal cases, including potentially distressing details. While we approach these stories with care and respect, some content may not be suitable for all audiences, especially young listeners.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Texas City Tales Unsolved. My name is Ramari.
And I'm Jennifer.
And today we have Detective Sergeant Winstead with another case that we are going to help him solve. What are the facts?
This is a case from 2021, so just a few years ago. It's the murder of Kameron Henderson. He was a Texas City Lamarck local. From my understanding, he was an athlete at some point for Lamarck.
Lamarck High School.
And this happened on was it Labor Day weekend? Memorial Weekend, May 31st, 2021. The Texas City Police Department gets a 911 call at about a little bit before 1 a.m., so about 12:52 a.m. of an individual who had been shot, and he was at the back then it was referred to as the Diamond Shamrock gas station on 1765 near Bell Drive. I think it's called Sitco now, or maybe it was called Sitco, now it's Diamond Shamrock. Either or, that location. So officers arrive there and they find Mr. Henderson, and he's been shot, and he's losing a lot of blood, and he's transported to the hospital where he dies of his injuries later on. But the officers start trying to figure out where he came from. And there's a blood trail that leads down 7065, FM 7065, back to a location in the 6100 block of 7065. It's a establishment there called Inns, which is like a social bar or whatnot. But it's closed. It's Monday at 1 o'clock in the morning, and the business is not open. But they find a white 2016 Ford Fusion that belongs to Mr. Henderson in the parking lot. And that vehicle has what we refer to as bullet defects, or bullet holes in the vehicle, and then blood trail. That blood trail led back up to that vehicle. And there's some other evidence in the parking lot that show us that a shooting had occurred. Somebody had been shot. So when the first thing, especially these 2021 up, moving forward to the future, one of the very first things that detectives do is start looking for videos that's a very populated area with businesses all down 7065, and the detectives on this case located about 3 videos that I remember, and they show a vehicle, what we'll refer to as a suspect vehicle, and it's a black SUV. That's what we know for sure, but there's been different people look at it, and one witness that I'll talk about here in a moment thought it was could be a Dodge Journey, which is kind of like a little minivan. So playing all the videos, rewind the video backwards, what we have Mr. Henderson speaking to a female at the Diamond Shamrock there at the gas pumps, and while he's they're conversing, of course there's no audio, so you can't hear what they're saying, but this is from the store video. If you pay attention across the street on the video, there's this black SUV or black Dodge Journey. We think it's a Dodge Journey sitting across the street on the Lamarck side of 1765 on a side street. Mr. Henderson and the female leave in 2 separate vehicles. They're not in the same vehicle together. They leave and they go west towards, the freeway on 765, and you see that black SUV pull out from the stop sign, and it appears that it's following Mr. Henderson. And then we have a couple other video angles further down the road where it appears that the black SUV, someone in that vehicle is shooting a firearm out of it towards Mr. Henderson's vehicle, and as he's pulling into the Inn's parking lot, which is again empty because they're not open, and that's where he receives the injury, and then the black SUV speeds off. We have another video of that SUV further down 765, and all that stuff's been analyzed, and we're actually to this date still trying to put some newer software into play to see if we can help get a license plate from that car. So there's been no suspects in this case. That's pretty much where it sits. He wasn't, let me add to this that when the officers got to Mr. Henderson at the store, he was not in a position to be asked questions or you know who did it or anything like that. He was in a life-threatening situation and ended up dying.
So he was at the gas station and then was followed, ends up pulling into a parking lot of a closed business, and then he ends up back at the gas station?
Yeah, he ends up running down 7065 back to that gas station. There's no, I guess I apologize, but it's been a while since I looked at the videos, but there may be a video of him leaving his car, but definitely on the Diamond Shamrock video, you see him reappear off the roadway, and that's where he comes from, is from the direction of his vehicle. And he's on foot. Nobody appears to be chasing him or anything. And I don't know why. Maybe because the ends is closed, and he just left the Diamond Shamrock, and he knows there's people there, or he knows at least there's employees there, and that's why he went there. Maybe, I don't know. Just speculating why he would go there.
Before he leaves Diamond Shamrock, in the very beginning, you said that there was a female person that he was talking to, and they both kind of leave at the same time. She's never to be seen again.
Well, the detectives interviewed her later on, just to see if she could provide any evidence or leads, and she doesn't. That's kind of where we got the Dodge Journey. She thought it was a Dodge Journey type vehicle, but didn't know who would have been in it or never seen the vehicle before. Yeah. So you have like basically one witness, one suspect vehicle, and one victim. So there's not a whole lot there, except for a video on YouTube. There's a rapper by the name of Warren Compton that wrote a rap song that refers to Mr. Henderson. They call him KK in the video, and he makes some comments in that video that are kind of self-incriminating, but doesn't really say that if he is actually involved. Just somebody that basically rapping about the incident, I guess you could say, but doesn't provide any further leads than that.
Do we know much about Kameron other than, when he was in high school, he was reported to be a football star for Lamarck? That's all I could really find.
That's the only thing that I'm aware of.
Like, I was just putting myself in that situation. So if it's middle of the night, I'm driving, someone's following me, but not shooting at this point, right? Not until... I wouldn't have pulled over. I'm a wimp like that. I'm going to go faster. So that's what made me wonder if there was any indication that he knew the person or recognized the vehicle, or if he just was braver than I am and was like, you know what, I'm going to pull over and see what's going on here.
True. We're just speculating because we didn't get to talk to him. Or you could be driving down the road, and since he's in the right-hand lane, which is, all the end is on this side of the road. And if you were to see a threat or a gun pointed at you, maybe you turn to get away from it, and they start shooting, or maybe they shoot before you turn, or both. Because it wasn't just like one shot; it was multiple shots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just throwing stuff out there because we don't. The evidence tells you certain things, but some things it doesn't tell you.
Just putting myself back into like his age group, I don't know. I just feel like Memorial Weekend is always very popular, so I'm surprised that there weren't more people around, or at least on the street. Not at these particular establishments, but at least just
Passing through.
Yeah, on the street. And then,
well, there's in the different video angles. There's vehicles traveling down the road. I mean, it's not the middle of the day kind of traffic, but there's several cars still out moving around that time of night. So maybe somebody was driving down the road and saw something.
But no one stopped that you're aware of?
well, hopefully they'll see this and it'll jog some old memories.
Hopefully.
Yeah. We need them to jog some of those old memories. And an incentive of that is Crime Stoppers is offering up to $10,000 for any information that can lead to the arrest and eventual conviction and closure of this case and murder of Mr. Kameron Henderson. So please contact the Mainland Crime Stoppers anonymous tip line. And again, the reward is up to $10,000 for the arrest and conviction of this case. Until next time, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Mainland Community Crime Stoppers is offering up to $10,000 for any information that leads to an arrest in this case. Please call 409-945-8477 if you have any information.